based sa kasi um, nag-usap kami parang paano ba mapapaganda palalo yung Pasig Carless Days, no? So yung based sa pag-uusap namin, we from the government, cycling, PWD, cycling, yun. Medyo apat lang kami sa grupo eh. Napansin namin na parang walang interest na masyado yung di tulad noon na napakaraming pumupunta sa Pasig Carless Day. Ngayon, bumaba yung participation, no? So, para sa amin, yun yung problema na parang we need to raise the participation. So, yung mga based sa background namin, ito yung mga na namin, na identify, no? Una, yung wala daw talagang PWD and activities for the elderly. It's mostly for joggers and bikers, no? And then merong lack of awareness sa NMT culture, um, the benefits of a non-motorized transport society. Um, then yung mga businesses, sabi ni Sir, no, marami silang maling perception about the economic impact of carless days na ang tingin nila, porque may carless day, parang hinaharangan ng kotse, hinaharangan ng customer. So, yun yung isang perception na ako naman, nag-agree ako doon, may ganun talaga. No? Then, ito sir, ano tong full?
Dito. Actually, nung nag-start ang Carless Day, so there were four major proponents. Number one, NGOs, tapos Senro for Pasig, and then Okay for the business establishments na group na who's located inside. Ito yung umbrella ng business establishment group sa loob ng Ortigas. And then, last one is, of course, yung Senro. And then, every Sunday, so ito yung working group, we meet sa Okay. And then pinag-uusapan ko ano yung mga activities na pwedeng gawin weekly. And then nagkaroon ng agreement para masustain ang gagawin ng bawat isa, mag-host every Sunday. So let's say, first Sunday, papasok ngayon si Senro. Second Sunday, si Okay, and then San Antonio sa third. And then the fourth is yung sa business establishment or kung sino may yung NGOs. Pero napansin namin ang participation for the corporations or corporate na group, wala may gusto, parang nahihirapan pa kami na, sige na, pumasok na kayo para may participation naman coming from your end. So, ang ginawa namin nun, regular activities every morning. So, we start off as early as mga 5:30 to 6. Meron ng Zumba, tapos nandiyan yung iba pang mga health and fitness awareness. Tapos pumasok si Mercato, si Bancheto. And then hanggang from half day, naging whole day. So lately, wala nang participation coming from the group itself. Kasi yun din yata yung directions na binigay ni Mayor. Kasi nung mga time na yun, busy na rin sila with other activities. So on its third year na ngayon, if you're going to Pasig sa Emerald, parang lately, konti nila masyadong activity. So nandun pa rin yung mga joggers, nandun pa rin may mga bike rentals. Pero yung mga previous activities na ginagawa as early as mga 5:30 or 6, katulad ng, before meron pa tayong Tai Chi na pumapasok, tapos arts and craft for the kids, and then mga activities for the adults. So basically, holistic yung approach before, pero eventually, unti-unti nawala.
Okay. So, yung na-identify naming effect, siyempre pag may walang activity for PWD and elderly, nadi-discourage sila pumunta doon. Kasi pagpunta nila doon, wala naman silang masyadong gagawin. Tapos, siyempre, yung ibang tao din, parang nagbabike. Anyway, mamaya tatakil natin yun, ano. Then, yung lack of awareness to NMB culture leads to discrimination against non-motorized transport. Kasama na rin yung mga PWD, no, na pagka ito yung na-experience natin sa lalo na sa road, na parang pag may lack of awareness about non-motorized transport, ang pakiramdam ng mga tao is walang karapatan yung non-motorized transport doon sa road. So parang tuloy, pag may carless day, siguro marami ding taong parang ano ba yan? Napaka-special naman ng mga yan, di ba? Parang, so may lack of awareness on NMT culture. Yung benefits niya, yung health benefits din. Then, pagka, wrong perception of the economic impact of Carless Days, siyempre, less interested yung businesses who want to support Carless Days, no? So, again, it leads back to participation, na pag mababa yung participation, siyempre, nakikita din ng business, konti yung mga tao, di ba? Ba't kami susupport dyan? Konti lang naman pala ang market dyan. So, yun. And then dito, all this pagkukulang ng ang four proponents, it all leads to the lack of sustainability for Carless Days. So may mga sinasuggest kaming activities. Firstly, for our toward the PWD sector, sana magkaroon ng for Pasig, sana magkaroon ng PWD friendly activities, no? Such as a PWD every week, no, to get PWDs to attend, magkaroon ng PWD forum with the LGU, no? Maybe somewhere there in the Carless Day maglagay ng tent. So every week the PWDs can talk with the LGU about how to make Pasig a more PWD friendly city. And we think that in itself will encourage already PWDs to attend, no? And then magkaroon ng one PWD activity na ni-request, although non-motorized Carless Day, nagre-request ng yung electric wheelchairs or electric vehicles para yung mga for the elderly and people with disabilities can go around the area. Yun. And then may suggestion diyan na magkaroon ng social enterprise yung mga people with disability during Carless Day. Yung number one na example is, although marami pang iba, I'm sure, no, is yung massage, yung blind massage, yun. So they can also hold seminars for people with disability to learn how to do the massage, and then pwedeng after that magtrabaho na sila doon, no. Then for the biking, yun, we really need to put a urban riding skill seminar just like sa Marikina. Yun din ang suggestion namin na magkaroon ng bike seminar to encourage cyclists who are not yet confident to bike on the road to bike, and so that it can prevent cyclists from getting into accidents, because napatunayan na to na yung bike seminar is the most effective way talaga to prevent accidents, no. Then sana magkaroon ng additional Carless Day na not necessarily on a weekend, but maybe we can have a bike to work day, no, like a bike to work Wednesday na, 'di ba? Or hindi lang weekend. So pwedeng may bike to work Wednesday, 'yun. Then of course we'd like to shoot for the moon, and ask for more Carless Day areas along Pasig, and hopefully one day pag Sunday halos Carless Day na yung buong Pasig. Then other activities na bring up is of course yung mga may pets, and for the people with disability din, no, yung mga may walking dog, 'di ba? So yun, may for the pets, yun. Tapos magkaroon ng signs regarding road sharing dun sa Carless Day, no, on how the people there should conduct themselves, especially the ones on wheels, no. Siguro yung pinakamabilis na yung mga nakabike, na wag silang kakarera doon, no. Sino ba yung may right of way? So una, syempre yung elderly, next yung people with disability. So sana mapaskill yun doon para yung mga tao hindi sila matatakot pumunta doon, kasi alam nila na yung mga tao may rules na sinusunod. Okay. Thank you.
So, maraming salamat, Benedict. And, okay. Actually, ito, very instructive ho sa atin ito. Tama-tama yung kanilang, sandali lang po, ha. Okay. Ang problema nila is lack of participation. Kasi meron silang Carless Day. Nung una, talagang excited ang mga tao, maraming tao. Pero ngayon, medyo kokonti na lang. Hindi masustain yung interest. So, tama sila, need to encourage participation. Now, and na-analyze na rin nila yung mga causes niyan. Merong cultural, merong wrong perception on economic impact, and then pull out or lack of participation ng mga dating active and so on. I think this is instructive kasi, and this is what we were discussing kanina, what do you do? What is your strategy? One strategy is, well, stop ka muna, pag-aralan mo kung bakit hindi nagpa-participate yung mga tao. Yung mga dating nagpupunta dyan, bakit hindi na sila nagpupunta dyan? Di ba? And on that basis, you come up with ways for winning them back and use that knowledge to promote participation in the Carless Day. Pero, sabi ni Benedict, and this is another strategy, their preference is, wag na munang gumawa ng study. Di ba? Wag mo munang pag-aralan kung bakit hindi nagpa-participate yung mga tao. Gumawa ka na lang ng mga bagong activities, and then gawin mo sila dyan. In other words, you flow in more activities and more participants para ma-jumpstart mo ulit. And maybe after that, dun ka gagawa ng study. So in other words, one strategy is study, then undertake new promotion activities, or huwag ka muna mag-study. New promotion activities muna, and then pag-aralan mo kung umandar yung promotion activities o hindi. So, do you understand? Kasi sa Makati, pwede rin yan eh. Hindi ba? Na huwag ka muna mag-audit. Basta ang gawin mo lang is you try to improve the facilities. So, I think we need to assess which of those strategies is better. And it is for you to decide based on your... Kasi, if you have enough information, you can do it. Pero kung suntok sa buwan, sayang ang resources. Pero if you are confident, you know exactly. For instance, yung sinasabi natin na kung gagamitin mo yung PWDs, pwede namang incremental yan eh. Hindi naman kailangan na pag-aralan mo muna lahat, come up with a blueprint, and then execute. Pwede na namang incremental, street by street, ang audit mo. Hindi ba? Audit, implement, audit, implement, audit, implement. So it can be incremental. That is another way of doing it. Isang salyahan ba yan, or are you going to do it incrementally? Street by street. Di ba? Pwede rin yun. So tatlong strategies pala yung nakikita natin. Study and then implement, implement, study, or implement incrementally. So, but this is learning that we hope we can impart to all the others. Doon sa bikeways, pwede rin yun. Imbes na parking station lahat, parking station per area. Di ba? Incremental din. So, by the way, andito na si Vice Mayor Cadiz ng Marikina. Tsaka si Mr. Frankie Ayuson, City Councilor. So, makita natin yung suporta ng Marikina dito sa team nila. Okay. Very good. So, susunod. Katipunan? Katipunan Academic District. Palakpakan po natin sila. Ito naman ang sa Quezon City.
Yung project po naman ay ang Carless Pasig Day. Yung main problem po ng project na to ay ang lack of participation. Kasi wala po masyadong taong nag-a-attend or wala po masyadong taong aware about the project. And it's a really, really, really good project. So, let's start with the impact. Ano ba yung impact ng project na to sa society? Well, first, you could see, we have these 5 categories: physical, social, environmental, and institutional. For all of them, basically, it's a good thing. It's a good thing for the community. It'll help the infrastructure. It'll help people appreciate their city, their place. And environmentally friendly since Carless Day nga, less emissions, etc. So, ano yung success indicators ng project na to? Well, basically, an increase in attendance. So that's what we're trying to go for. How do we verify this? Well, we plan to, yun nga, just count the attendance of people. Hopefully, mas maraming pumunta. Because attendance alone in this event will already help promote the whole idea of the Carless Pasig Day. What can go wrong? Well, one, kung masyado na marami nag-attend, since it's only gonna be one road that's closed down, pwede mag-overcrowd, waste management, maraming basura, maraming naglalakad eh. And of course, need for restrooms. So let us move on to our outcome. So what is the outcome of this project? Well, basically, we want to... Sige.
Inclusive participation of organizations in Carless Sundays. And ang success indicator niya, we want an increase in participation and increase in inquiries about Carless Sunday activities. And this can be done through the turnout of flyers, through survey, online, and social media analytics, Facebook. And then, what can go wrong? Lapses in monitoring and evaluation, and then also non-responsive respondents.
Okay, so ito yung outcome namin. Well, basically, we came out with the several outputs. We had like 7 actually. Each of us had our own outputs. How can we make this Carless Day better? How can we increase attendance? So number 1, we wanted to, of course, have an online campaign. Malamang we want to promote on Facebook, news if ever, online lang pala. So yun, how do we measure the success? Through Facebook likes, analytics, etc., etc. Well, the worst that could happen is we have a low reach, hindi siya masyadong mag-spread, hindi siya mag-viral, which means the campaign isn't successful. So number 2, incentive mechanisms for cyclists. This is actually one thing that we want to push for because like in the Pasig Carless Day, marami pong mga stores dyan eh. Maraming stores na nakalinya dun sa road na yun. Tapos gusto po namin sana, hopefully, yung stores na yun magbigay ng discount sa mga cyclists as an incentive to bike there na lang. Aside from bringing a car around, magbabike ka na lang, tapos pagpunta mo sa store, may discount ka pa. So at least, may incentive yung mga cyclists na magbike. Problem with that would be, a success indicator would be the number of beneficiaries or stores that would actually agree to this. Because one, they'll get exposure since they'll be one of the stores who have that patented discount for cyclists. And 2, hopefully nga, that dadami yung stores na yun. Kasi dadami rin yung kanilang customers with the number of cyclists that will increase. Okay, so next. Well, we also want to have a mainstream PWD in the Careless Day activity. So, we also want to highlight the PWD, of course. Paano namin to gagawin? Not yet. Yeah, so that's one thing we want to do as an output. The next would be an urban riding skills workshop. So, we also want to, it's important to know what the proper way of biking or walking around the city, like, it's safely. And that's something that we really want to highlight given the workshop. Okay, then number 5 would be our innovative financing mechanism to support NMT activities like Careless Sunday. Okay, ito medyo complicated to. Pero right now kasi there is an ordinance in Pasig that says that if the store does not have a bike rack, then they will be penalized a certain fine, 5,000 pesos. So yung plano po namin dito, aside from hahabulin mo yung store na yun, imumulta mo sila ng 5,000, magagalit pa sila sa'yo, gusto na namin bigyan sila ng option. Yung 5,000 po na babayaran ninyo ay mapupunta sa isang fund na tutulong or na magsusustain ng Pasig Carless Sunday or mag-build ng sariling bike rack for that store. So it's a win-win situation. And next would be establish monitoring and evaluation mechanisms in Carless Sunday. So, as what Doc Doy said earlier, it's important talaga, if ever you're gonna have a project, is to monitor it, to see if it's successful. Ano ba yung kailangan ayusin? Ano ba yung kulang? And kailangan po sa project namin ito ay meron kaming committee na gagawa po nun. Number 7, and lastly would be create more family-oriented activities because Carless Sunday is for everyone. And gusto po namin talaga mag-participate yung mga families. So there will be an increase in participants and it will be a very holistic event. Okay, so how will we make these things happen? Well, okay, wait. Okay, for the first one, which was, sorry, this is complicated. The first one, which is the online awareness, well, we have to find funding, of course. So we'll look for funding first, LGU, hopefully, a local business or someone to fund it. Then after that, come up with the materials and promote online. Next, for the second output, which was the incentive, yeah, there, incentive mechanism for cyclists. So yung mga discount natin. We want to meet with the local business owners of in the area and like yun nga, pitch to them na can you be part of this team that will give discounts to cyclists? Okay, number 3, how do we mainstream the PWD sector? Well, first we have to promote existing PWD social enterprises like yung mga massage and arts and crafts, etc. Okay, then 4th would be urban riding skills workshop. Well, basically we just si Sir Benedict ay siya actually yung nagko-conduct ng mga workshop na to. So all he needs is a logistical needs. He just needs a venue, tapos siya na po magko-conduct. Okay. Number 5. Number 5, we have innovative. Okay, so that ordinance, fixing the ordinance. Well, basically for this, we really have to collaborate with local NGOs to, yun nga, to, wait lang. Okay, we have to do lobbying and recommendation to the city council for IRR of the bike ordinance. Well, basically, we also want them to approve it, hopefully. But if it isn't approved, then the output is void. Next, we would have the M&E committee. So, this committee nga will be the ones to regulate and monitor the success of this event. So, first of all, we really have to we also have to collaborate with the LGU to come up with a certain committee, because it's really hard to find people to work on a Sunday. And like honestly, no one wants to work on a Sunday, but then we're banking on that na lang. Okay, then lastly, we have, of course, for the family programs, how do we make it happen? We want to contact list of
Like to get in touch with people who are oriented in health activities, like maybe sports and people who work in gyms, and maybe people who could provide medical missions and maybe free legal counseling to the public. So these are some of the activities that might engage more families to attend Carla Sundays.